Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I made a memory about your dad. He's in a book. Whoa, whoa. He has a history of skimming past all the pages of ageless confessional shit.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where my good friends Dedeker and Jace teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible. So Jason, Dedeker, how are you all doing today?
I'm delirious because I've been awake for over 30 hours because I just flew back from Japan.
I know you're sitting in a room with me.
And
it's very cool.
And here's the crazy part. I traveled through time, right?
Yes, and space.
I left at 4 p.m. on today's date, and then I landed in Seattle at 11 a.m. on that same date. And then here to LA at 2 p.m. So even with the layover and second flight, I still landed 2 hours before I took off. So it's still the same day, but my body doesn't know that.
Yeah.
And
So you're just a little bit sick and disoriented from the time tunnel.
exactly.
That's true.
Yeah, you're right. It's the time sickness.
Yeah, let's
You
do
did
the time warp.
again.
Exactly. Thank you, Dedeker. Thank you. We were right there together on that one. Well done.
Yeah.
So our challenge is to keep you awake
Yes.
and keep you funny, which I think maybe
That's
you'll
not gonna be
funny
an
or
issue.
hilarious. I don't know.
I mean, we'll see. Well, I guess we'll leave that to the audience to judge, but I
Yeah.
think that you'll be funny. You have been funny so
Okay,
far.
that's good. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
so far, I feel like
we have been laughing at you this entire
Okay.
evening. So
Okay, perfect. Well, and we've already started drinking some beers. So should we talk about this beer we're drinking?
So our dear friend Kurt came back for a third time to give us some wonderful beers. We have 3, but we're just drinking one today. We'll save the others for next week or the week after. But
Right.
but Kurt did a really special thing in talking to us about these beers. He always writes us a nice little note about everything. And so this time it was extra special, and Jace will reveal why.
This letter, I'm just going to read a part of it today, is addressed to the DBS crew. And it says, this is the second of the 3. Second, Cascade Kvike is an American pale beer made with an old yeast from the Nasio, Norway,
The yeast.
called Kvike. The yeast is exceeding trendy with breweries,
exceeding trendy.
for it tolerates a wide breadth of cold and heat to bring forth a drinkable beer. This beer I brewed using only Cascade hops harvested from my land, in parentheses, my backyard. It fermented warm, by which the yeast hath given it the taste of fruit. To my tongue, tropical fruit. Guava for ensemble.
I just love the little accent that you have on when you do the Tyndale's speak. It's amazing.
I love that commitment from Kurt to write it all out in
It's
Tyndale
very
style.
impressive. Very, very
The
impressive.
fact that he wrote several paragraphs in that style is especially impressive.
Yes, indeed.
Maybe there's a secret Tyndale translator somewhere on the internet where you could just copy and paste.
That would be so good.
And if there's
I
not,
doubt
we
it,
should
but
make
then
one.
again, the internet is vast and deep, so who knows?
Indeed, it is like the ocean.
What a niche thing. What a weirdly niched thing. Definitely got
So how is it? Does it taste like fruta?
Yes.
To your tonga?
Yes, it
Definitely.
does.
It's definitely got a fruity guava-y. I would not have guessed guava, actually.
Yeah, it's a
would've-
little more tart than that to me.
Okay.
But maybe that's just because it's a beer, and perhaps it's matured in the week since Kurt has sent it.
Yes, possibly.
I don't know. But yes, it's very nice. I do like it very much. Is this one quite...
This one's not as strong as the other one.
Okay.
That's the one that he warned us to be careful.
Yeah. Okay, so
we're
this
okay.
one...
So we got 2 more beers to get through over the next coming weeks.
Indeed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we'll
Very
let you know about
exciting.
those two. All right.
Nice. Do you all remember what
I
happened?
don't remember,
Let me see if I can jog your memory.
Yeah.
tried to jog it.
I went for a jog today when I landed.
Yeah, he did. He was very pleased with himself.
Let's see. Oh, there was discussion about baldness between the eyes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We learned about the Pharaoh's chicken. About all the different kinds of birds that you're not allowed to eat.
There was something about the matzah that I looked up, and it was talking about...
Oh, yeah, the bread of redemption, the bread of suffering.
Yeah, it was like the bread of suffering, the bread
Affliction.
of affliction and redemption or
Yes.
something. But like, it was good bread. And
We ended on a really fantastic note of not setting up any phallic pillars to Yahweh. Because he hates that.
yes,
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I'm in quite a state. I forgot all about that, but that was great.
Yeah.
that was really funny.
Yeah. So no phalluses for Yahweh.
No, none of them.
That's no fun.
And no pillars to Yahweh's ex-girlfriend,
Yeah.
ex-wife. 'cause
Right.
That is not cool.
No.
Asher.
Yeah.
Also not cool.
Yeah.
Really not cool, bro.
I hope she got some like money and some things in the divorce.
alimony.
Maybe a planet.
Clearly she
maybe
did.
something.
She got plenty of other people who are worshiping her,
That's
which
true.
is just really getting under Yahweh's skin this entire time.
Yeah,
clearly.
he's like, I never should have allowed that, but yeah, that's fine. It is what it is.
Like, how dare you? I want all the friends in the divorce.
Exactly. Well, too
Gosh.
bad, Yahweh. All right. So we're actually reading 4 chapters today: Deuteronomy 17, 18, 19, and 20. What have we ever done a 4-chapter day? I don't recall.
I don't know if we have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
this,
going to now.
Yes, we
are.
are.
and after this, we only have 4 more episodes of Deuteronomy.
Oh,
So basically, like 1 month of Deuteronomy left after this.
wow.
Coming down the home stretch.
Yeah, so we'll definitely get through it by the end of the year. Before that,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, that's exciting.
So as we get into reading this, we want to remind everybody to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
You can drink along with us, or you can listen while you're in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time. And with that, it's going to be Deuteronomy 17. You shall not sacrifice to Yahweh your God an ox or a sheep in which is a blemish or anything evil. So, like, the ox or the sheep has evil within it.
Those evil sheep. Those freaking dick sheep.
Yeah, exactly. The terrible sheeps.
He doesn't want them.
He only wants the Shaun the Sheeps, the cute ones.
Yeah.
Oh no. You had to take it there.
That's very
Shoot.
sad. Very, very awful. If there be found in the midst of you, within any of your gates, which Yahweh your God gives you, man or woman, who does that which is evil in the sight of Yahweh your God, in transgressing his covenant, and has gone and served other gods and worshipped them, or the sun, or the moon, or any of the host of the sky, which I have not commanded,
Oh, yeah, that's going to go bad for them.
oh, yeah, yes. And it be told you, and you have heard of it, then shall you inquire diligently, and behold, if it be true, and the thing certain that such, this is a really long line, that such abomination is done in Israel, then shall you bring forth that man or that woman who has done this evil thing to your gates, even the man or the woman, and you shall stone them to death with stones.
Classic. I
course.
knew that's where
Yeah.
we were headed with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be really surprising if he did this whole lead up and be like, and you should just like let him go.
Yeah, and you
And
should like give him a
slap on the
hug
wrist.
and be like, listen, you do you, man. Go on.
I like that. Yeah.
Maybe invite them to some counseling, perhaps. Some faith-based counseling.
Try to evangelize them a bit, but then if they don't go for it,
Yeah.
it's okay. It is what it is.
Yeah, you bring them out to the gate and you're like, I feel like this isn't really working out
Yeah.
between us. That's fine. I respect your decision. Why don't you go your own way and we'll keep going ours, and that's fine.
Yeah. maybe-
I'm really concerned as soon as I saw that you were worshiping like this pile of cat feces. And I get it, like jaguars, they're powerful, they're very virile, very, warrior like. I understand why you want to worship that, but I just, like we got Yahweh.
Is that what they're doing? I think they're worshiping the sun or the moon, which seems like understandable. Look at those things. They're really impressive in the sky. I saw something that said today, I passed a person on the street and they were wearing a shirt that said, Jesus loves you. And then below it, it said, everyone else thinks you're an asshole. It was really
Jeez.
funny, and
Oh
I
my
was like, I
gosh.
can't wait to talk about that on Drunk Bible Study today.
Potentially could be true for some people.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, perhaps. So, at the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses shall he who is to die be put to death. At the mouth of 1 witness he shall not be put to death. So, okay,
Yeah,
2 or
we've
3.
come across this before.
Yes.
Yeah, we need not just one person to smear ya. We need at least 3 people smearing ya.
Interesting.
Yeah, you have to be
Interesting.
disliked by more than one person
There
to
you
get
go.
killed for it.
Yeah. So that's like some mob mentality right there, you know?
It's like the witch trials
Yeah,
kind of a thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Whew, okay. The hand of the witnesses shall be first on him to put him to death, and afterward the hand of all the people. What?
So if you are a witness, you're the first one to throw a stone.
Yeah, you've also got to
Okay.
start the killing.
Okay.
This came up a
we
couple
talked about,
episodes
yeah, it was like
ago,
last
yeah.
episode or the next, next to
Do you
last.
think that this... Okay. Hypothetical question.
Okay.
Because
Mm-hmm.
we've come across this before of like, if you're the one who implicates this person, you got to be the first one
Mm-hmm.
to try to kill them. Either you're directly responsible for killing them or you're going to be the first one to throw some stones. Do you think that's actually a countermeasure of, well, I dislike the guy. I really dislike the guy, but I wouldn't want to kill him.
Yeah.
That would maybe help people to mitigate.
Like you really need to have some conviction about this if you're going
you have to
say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like that must be it. And it also kind of reminds me of the like Ned Stark from Game of Thrones thing, where like as the king, when he sentenced someone to death, he would do it himself.
Yeah.
Or not as the king, but as like the hand or the Lord of Winterfell or whatever he was.
Yeah, the Lord of the Winterfell.
He didn't live very long.
Not the Lord of the Winterfell. Anyways, yes.
But that he like taught his children, he's like that him doing the execution himself was important because it meant he had like enough conviction about his choice that he
Yeah.
was willing to do it and not
Jon
just
Snow did that later. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
On this episode of Drunk Game of Thrones Remembrance.
Yeah, exactly. So if there arise a matter too hard for you in judgment between blood and blood, between plea and plea, between stroke and stroke. What? What do those things mean? What is a plea? Oh, like you're pleading and then another person's pleading and someone's
Stroking someone and someone's stroking them back.
Yeah.
It's when there's good people on both sides. You know,
Okay,
wonderful
well,
people on
what do
both
they
sides,
mean
and it's
by
just-
those things? Pleading and stroking.
Well, I think it's like for settling when it's like we can't tell. That both are accusing each other, maybe.
Oh,
or
okay.
something like that.
Okay, being matters of controversy within your gates, then shall you arise and go up to the place which Yahweh your God shall choose, and you shall come to the priests, the Levites, and to the judge who shall be in those days.
Who shall be in the like that?
Who shall be in
By
those
this time,
days.
by this time, the judge will exist.
Yeah, okay. And you shall inquire, and they shall show you the sentence of judgment. Okay? Be like, yo, judge, you hopefully this doesn't happen like tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
after
true. We gotta
they say
get
this.
this set up first.
Exactly. Yo, judge, like tell us what the judgment is, okay? You shall do according to the tenor of the sentence. I know, I'm like, lend me a tenor. The tenor of the sentence which they shall show you from that place which Yahweh shall choose, and you shall observe to do according to all that they shall teach you, according to the tenor of the law. You did say you wanted to sing. Here you are. The law which they shall teach you, and according to the judgment which they shall teach you, you shall do. You shall not turn aside from the sentence which they shall show you, to the right hand, nor to the left.
Go straight down the middle on this sentence.
Yes. The man who does presumptuously in not listening to the priest, who stands to minister there before Yahweh your God, or to the judge, even that man shall die, and you shall put away the evil from Israel. So
Okay,
which
so-
guy?
okay.
Who's dying?
the person is it the man who does presumption?
Oh,
the person who doesn't follow the sentencing,
Who goes
or
to the right or the
judgment?
left? Yeah, I think that person. That they don't.
That's harsh.
Well, ultimately, it all boils down to just if you follow out of line, you're done gonna get killed.
Yeah, it does seem that
They
way.
said it very drunkenly that way too.
Yeah,
Done
if
gonna
you're done
kill.
a bowl of wine, okay.
Well, I mean, Moses is also very old at this point, so he's like, and to the
Presumption.
The man who doesn't, I don't, he'll also
die.
Yeah, put him to death too.
Too bad. All the people shall hear and fear. I love it.
That's good.
Yeah. And do no more presumptuously.
Okay. Can this be the new Drunk Bible Study t-shirt?
All people shall hear and fear.
Yeah. Drunk Bible Study : all people shall
Hear and fear. Oh, that's good. I hope somebody out there is writing these down because we are not, and we will forget tomorrow.
It's not necessarily the image we wanted to have when we made this podcast and this branding, but we can lean into that. Why not?
It's not the branding we want, but it's the branding we deserve.
No, I think it should be a picture of the three of us like standing like superheroes, and then it says Drunk Bible Study: all people shall hear and fear. :
I do like that.
That's great. I love it. And we're looking very serious.
And then on the back, in parentheses, and do no more presumptuously. Just because out of context, I like that.
Yeah, and people will be like, what? When you are come, I don't understand these sentences, how they are created.
It's oldie Englishy.
Oldie Englishy to nilly. When you are come to the land which Yahweh your God gives you, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me, like all the nations that are round about me. You shall surely set him king over you. What?
The sentence isn't over. Keep going.
King over you, whom Yahweh your God shall choose.
There we go.
One from among your brothers shall you set your king over you. You may you may not put a foreigner over you who is not your brother.
Yeah, I like the little bit of country
I feel
twang
like it needed a country twang. Only he shall not multiply horses to himself.
What?
How did
I don't
horses get
know.
involved in this?
I don't know.
I'm very confused.
I know. Okay. Only he shall not multiply horses to himself, nor cause the people to return to Egypt, to the end that he may multiply horses, because Yahweh.
Okay. Hold on. Hold on.
Chase
We need
can't
to
handle
address
this right now. Okay.
We need to address this horse issue. You can't multiply horses to yourself. Does that mean you can't breed a bunch of horses to yourself, or is that you can't acquire a bunch? Because he's talking about
Either way.
Breeding.
You
I
can't-
feel like
you also can't go back to Egypt for the purpose of breeding horses or acquiring horses or collecting horses or showing off your horses. I don't know.
Yeah, why is he worried about this? Like, really, like, what's the issue here? Like, is this gonna happen?
Maybe it means acquiring them from other lands. Maybe that's the implication here. Because I think, let's keep reading.
Well,
because
okay,
I also
yeah.
love this reasoning for why you should not go back to Egypt to multiply horses.
I'm gonna start it over again because it's not that long. Okay. Only he shall not multiply horses to himself, nor cause the people to return to Egypt, to that end, or to the end that he may multiply horses, because Yahweh has said to you, you shall henceforth return no more that way.
That's the attitude I was looking for. Yes.
Yeah. You can't go over there again. Okay. Neither shall he multiply wives to himself, that his heart not turn away. Neither shall he greatly multiply himself silver and gold.
Oh, see, I was thinking silver and gold.
No.
Silver and gold. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
okay,
from
yeah.
the reindeer.
Yeah, but we don't sing that song. We sing the other song.
I sing that song.
Okay, but I'm a caroler who's Christmasing.
I know you
I'm going to bring it back to horses.
Okay.
So no excess of horses, no excess of wives, because the wives are going to make you try to worship other people.
Also, no.
Is that what?
That seems
Yeah.
Oh,
And no gold
Not
and
too
silver,
much
too.
because, you know, that's bad.
That's ironic because I feel like what I know of kings at this time, and especially of what I know of kings of Israel, not too long after this, lots of wives, lots of silver and gold, lots of horses, I
Yeah,
presume.
that does seem to kind of be their main MO, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, God's like, don't, but I'll turn a blind eye to
Okay,
these
but-
people who do.
I gotcha.
Uh-huh.
If we're taking that stance of this is actually written at a different time, I could understand this being a little bit of a morality callback
criticism.
of, yes, this is what happened when we let our kings get all these horses and get all these
Interesting.
wives and get all this silver and gold. So we don't do that no more.
No, we be humble like Moses.
Wait,
Yeah.
Who wasn't humble?
We'll get there.
What?
It's in the later. We're talking about the future. Sorry.
Why did she just say what then?
Because your question was who wasn't humble, which is the broadest question I can.
He knew what I was
talking.
talking about. I'm saying like
I got
I
you.
didn't. That's why I said what.
I know, but it was sassy. No, I'm saying like who are we speaking of people in particular that I've missed in my recollection?
Oh, like, are we subtweeting someone right now?
More
and we
like
don't know
are
who
we
it is?
are we tweeting from the past? Is this a link to the past?
No, this is a link. This is
To the future, Link's Awakening, hashtag Breath of the Wild,
to the
hashtag Breath of the Wild 2, Into the Darkness.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Cool.
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 Kings of Egypt. Yes. Please continue.
Slash Hyrule. Slash
Hyrule.
canon forever. Okay, where are we? Yeah,
18.
cool. It shall be when he sits on the throne of his kingdom that he shall write him a copy of this law in a book. Out of that which is before the priests the Levites, and it shall be with him, and he shall read therein all the days of his life, that he may learn to fear Yahweh his God, to keep all the words of this law and these statutes to do them, that his heart not be lifted up above his brothers, and that he not turn aside from the commandment to the right hand or to the left, to the end that he may prolong his days in his kingdom, he and his children in the midst of Israel. So
instead of acquiring horses and wives and silver and gold,
Read
you
this.
copy out, you have to make a copy of the law and then read it every single
Oh,
day.
I see. I missed that he's actually copying it, doing a little
Yes, he writes a copy for himself.
transcription work. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Gotta put him to work.
wow.
God,
And
I guess.
fear
yeah.
God all over the place.
Yeah, definitely. And learn all the statutes.
Cool.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm into it.
All right.
Fun.
Deuteronomy 18. The priests, the Levites, even all the tribe of Levi, shall have no portion nor inheritance with Israel. They shall eat the offerings of Yahweh made by fire and his inheritance. They shall have no inheritance among their brothers. Yahweh is their inheritance, as he has spoken to them.
Okay.
This shall be the priests' due from the people, from those who offer a sacrifice, whether it be ox or sheep, that they shall give to the priest the shoulder and the 2 cheeks,
Which cheeks?
and the maw. Yes, which
Did you
cheeks
hear my
and which
funny-
maw?
Hear my funny joke?
The mouth.
Isn't there only one maw?
Is it the mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why.
Yeah. A
Okay.
maw is a mouth.
Like that's why
That's just a-
Darth Maw had a dark mouth.
no. I'm vetoing that one, okay?
That's a weird collection of animal parts to give. The shoulder, getcha. Cheeks, whether it's face cheeks or butt cheeks, getcha, you can eat that. But the mouth? How can you give over a mouth?
Well,
Why
people
would they
eat
want a
tongue.
mouth?
Does it mean the tongue? Maybe. Mm.
Can you double check
Ew.
the translation?
Do you-
Yeah.
they-
Hey,
have you-
Emily, I'm sorry, but lengua tacos are delicious.
Have y'all
Well-
y'all have eaten tongue?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's one of the most delicious parts of the animal, honestly, in my opinion.
Really?
I actually don't love it myself.
Oh, it depends on the part of the tongue, actually.
Oh.
There are different parts of the tongue that have different textures. So
Okay.
What's better texture-wise? The front?
I think it was like the front has a better texture, I think.
Well, the
I don't know.
back's
Is
huge.
it a maw? Is it a tongue?
Well, so it's interesting actually that the one that's translated as the cheeks, a lot of other ones are calling the jaws. And then the maw is often being translated as stomach.
So, okay, see,
what?
I suspected that because I'm thinking maw, like this big cavernous maw. And
I think a maw.
I thought that perhaps it might be the stomach.
I thought maw just meant
Yeah,
the
throwing it down your maw.
maw, the jaws or throat of a voracious animal. Voracious.
Ooh.
Ooh. All those voracious goats that they're bringing
But
in.
in old, hang on, but its roots are in Old English, which means stomach.
Oh.
Which means they must give it unto the priest.
The maw.
Prius?
The shoulder and the 2 checkies and the maw.
Oh, your
Look
little
at your
checkies.
2 little checkies.
Look at your cute little checkies.
Oh, I just want to squeeze them.
The first fruits of your grain, of your new wine, and of your oil, and the first of the fleece of your sheep shall you give him. For Yahweh your God has chosen him out of all your tribes to stand to minister in the name of Yahweh.
Who is
him
this?
and his sons
The
forever.
Levites.
Oh, okay.
The
I'm
Levite
like,
priests,
who
yeah.
has he chosen? Oh, yeah. Of course.
If a Levite come from any of your gates out of all Israel where he sojourns, and come with all the desire of his soul to the place where Yahweh shall choose, then he shall minister in the name of Yahweh his God. So all his brothers the Levites do, who stand there before Yahweh. They shall have like portions to eat, besides that which comes of the sale of his patrimony.
What?
The
Help
sale
me out
of
with
his
that one, Jace.
patrimony.
Yeah, let me look that one up.
Like
That's
matrimony,
I've never
but
heard the word. Is it like
patrimony?
matrimony?
Yeah, that right? Like,
Oh, like because he's married to God.
and God is
married to-
clearly a male. I don't know.
His inherited ancestral property is what patrimony is coming up with here. A lot of them just say patrimony. King James says patrimony.
Of course.
His patrimony.
Patrimony. Let's see let's check.
I see,
the
yeah.
messagey here.
No, that's what the dictionary says. That's property that's inherited from a male ancestor.
Well, this is interesting. The Message Bible takes a little different turn here and says,
course.
and he will get an equal share to eat, even though he has money from the sale of his parents' possessions.
Huh.
That's that's
It's a
kind of
little more on the nose.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they shall have a like a porcions. Porcions.
What? What's a porkion?
Porcions.
Portions. It's Porcyons. Porkion.
Like
Well,
a
that's
porcupine.
just bananas.
Porcions to eat, beside that which cometh to him of the patrimony of his elders.
Ah.
Okay, so besides what he's
Alrighty.
inherited, he also gets a portion. Okay.
Yep. I'm trying to find the
9.
Okay. When you are come into the land which Yahweh your God gives you, you shall not learn to do after the abominations of those nations.
Oh,
Like, don't
we've been
do the
so
the
clear.
abominations. Like, don't do
Here we
that.
go.
Don't do what they do. Don't do it.
Let's
No.
be even clearer.
Okay.
There shall not be found with you anyone who makes his son or his daughter to pass through the fire.
No. Can we we'll start
One
chant
who-
with this?
No.
One who
no,
uses divination.
No.
One who practices sorcery.
No. Emily, come on.
Or
Sorry,
an
I didn't know you were
enchanter.
going to do it
No,
after
we're do-
each
after
one.
each-
No.
Okay, the two of you.
She's
I'm going to take y'all out to the gates in a second here.
So,
Can I just read this
Yes,
list
keep
going.
of magical people? I'm going to start from the beginning.
Okay.
There shall not be found with you anyone who makes his son or his daughter to pass through the fire.
No.
One who God
bless
keep
it.
going. Don't pay attention to us.
one who uses divination.
No.
One one who practices sorcery. Or an enchanter.
No.
Or a sorcerer.
No.
You would have thought that would have been covered when I said one who practices sorcery, but I needed to repeat it.
Or a sorcerer, because those are two
Okay.
very wildly different things.
A non-practicing sorcerer.
Oh.
A a non-licensed sorcerer.
Right.
Or a charmer.
Oh.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hey.
Or a consulter with a familiar spirit.
No.
Oh.
Or a wizard.
No.
Or a necromancer.
No.
No, definitely not on that last one. I finally agree with Yahweh on that last one.
Okay.
No necromancers.
For whoever does these things is an abomination to Yahweh, and because of these abominations, Yahweh your God does drive them out from before you.
Drive.
You shall be perfect with Yahweh your God. For these nations that you shall dispossess, listen to those who practice sorcery. Okay, for these nations that you shall dispossess, listen to those who practice sorcery and to diviners. But as for you, Yahweh your God has not allowed you so to do. Yahweh your God. I don't know if you knew this, Emily, but this is part of the reason why Christians are so anti-psychics, anti-tarot cards,
and anti-Harry
horoscope.
Why?
Anti-Harry
Because
Potter.
of all this right
It's
here?
very clear. I feel like Yahweh's
Yeah.
being pretty clear. I mean, Moses is being pretty clear here.
Okay,
Yes.
Moses through Yahweh, or Yahweh through
He literally
Moses.
said a wizard. He literally
You're
said
a wizard, Harry.
so-
And they're like,
Nope.
no.
They all said no,
No.
just the way we
No.
did.
That's literally the reason why I didn't read any Harry Potter
That's
book until I was in
amazing.
college.
Sad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It was very sad.
What about Gandalf?
Gandalf was okay because Tolkien
Is
actively
super-
identified as a Christian man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they got a pass.
Yeah, there's sort of a
Gandalf.
weird double standard
Yeah,
there. but-
clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard now that apparently Harry Potter's cool again with Christians. I don't know.
Why?
I don't
Because
know.
like
Now that
Voldemort
it's
is Satan or something?
It's for a number of reasons. Now that it's become so much of a cultural property that you can't avoid it.
They're
I
like, you know what?
suppose.
We'll just buy into it. It's fine.
Yeah. Now that Universal
They're like,
Studios
"No,
is on
okay."
board, we can't fight this anymore.
Yeah.
So
And now that we've gotten enough of an arc that we can make an argument that Harry is a Christ figure, and
right.
then we can feel okay about it. We can kind of retcon that. Then it's okay.
Was Christ that much of like an angry adolescent though?
I think maybe. I mean, we'll see. We'll see in a few years when we get there. But
I did
think
hear
maybe.
that he broke a table.
yeah, he did find out he was the Christ via owl. So
They did deliver him a letter. Okay. Yahweh's not allowed you to read Harry Potter. Yahweh your God will raise up to you a prophet from the midst of you, of your brothers, like me. To him,
Wait, is this
you shall
about
listen.
Jeebus?
people will say
This is
it
about a prophet. Well,
Okay,
this is
but it might be
prophets.
about
We'll say that.
it might be about Muhammad.
Yeah,
Sure.
sure. Any
Yeah.
of them. There's a lot of
Any
them. There's a lot
prophet,
of
really.
prophets.
A lot
Not
of prophets.
Buddha.
Lots of prophets.
Not Buddha, because he wouldn't be from their family.
Okay.
Probably not. Yeah.
Their timeline.
Okay, so he shall raise up a prophet according to all that you desired of Yahweh your God in Horeb in the day of the assembly, saying, Let me not hear again the voice of Yahweh my God, neither let me see this great fire any more, that I not die. Yahweh said to me, They have well said that which they have spoken. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brothers, like you, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak to them all that I shall command him.
Like Moses?
I wonder if he's
Yes.
talking about Joshua, since he's going to be the next leader.
Spoilers.
But there's going to be many, many more prophets. Could be Joshua. This is just covering the whole base of
Okay, yeah.
I'm not going to speak to you directly anymore. I'm going to have a dude speak to you that I will speak through.
Is
Right.
Joshua the next book dedicated?
That is correct.
I knew she.
You get an A+.
I only knew because you'd said it at some point.
It shall happen that whoever will not listen to my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. But the prophet, who shall speak a word presumptuously in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or who shall speak in the name of other gods,
No. Oh, I
that
thought
same
we were
prophet
gonna-
shall die.
No.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Wait,
kill him.
what?
He
Is
shall
this
die.
a different prophet? Not.
If you're faking, if you're presumptuously,
faking- yes.
Oh.
or talking
If
for other
you-
gods.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
If you say in your heart, how shall we know the word which Yahweh has not spoken?
I did say that.
When a prophet speaks in the name of Yahweh,
Yeah.
if the thing doesn't follow nor happen, that is the thing which Yahweh has not spoken, the prophet has spoken it presumptuously, you shall not be afraid of him.
Wait, okay. What about
Whoa.
like the revelation stuff though?
What about the revelation stuff?
What about it? Yeah. what do you mean?
Hasn't Jesus said that would happen or something?
Oh my gosh. No. No. Spoiler alert, but no.
All I know is that there are crazy looking angels.
Sure, yeah. There's a lot of crazy stuff that happens there. We'll get there eventually, but Jesus had nothing to do with it.
Oh.
He shows up, but he had nothing to do with the writing of it, like from a historical
Well,
perspective.
I
It was
wasn't-
written hundreds of years after.
Yeah.
You know.
Sure, but like he didn't like
But-
prophesize it.
No, it was a different person.
Who?
His name's John. We don't
it
know
was John,
what John
right?
is.
Oh,
It
the
was one of- it was-
Baptist?
No, probably not.
No, it was one of the many Johns.
He's commonly referred to as John the Revelator. Tell me who's that riding? John the Revelator. Tell me who's that riding? John
Is this
the
another
Revelator.
like Bible song?
It's like
I've never heard this song in my life.
Oh, it's actually an old gospel song. I was singing kind of like a more modern-y, rocky version that I heard at one point. But it's like an old gospel song. He wrote the book of the seven seas, like that kind of a song.
Is that Revelations, the Book of the Seven Seas?
Oh.
Isn't it Seven Seals?
Oh, yeah. You're probably right. I told you. I've been
This
waiting
like,
for more than 30 hours.
which
Translators are important. You completely could have changed the course.
seals, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
If people were listening to me to start a religion, it would have gotten very different right at that moment. There.
Uh-huh.
There you go. All right. Good luck reading.
Okay, I just love. I think that that last line there though set up this thing that if you're gonna be a prophet, you either need to make your stuff cryptic enough that anyone could argue that it happened, or very far in the future. Because
Or
otherwise,
you really
you're
got to
gonna
have
die.
an elaborate team behind the scenes getting ready to pull off some miracles for you.
I suppose. But
Like
if you're
Jake
like,
Gyllenhaal in the Spider-Man movie.
wait, what? Wait, I don't know that.
Did you see Far From Home?
No.
No, he
Didn't
was.
Spider?
Oh, I feel bad in case people haven't
Well,
seen
okay,
it.
no, we won't. No, you're right.
Okay.
No spoilers about Revelation and no spoilers about Homecoming.
It was Far From Home, but that's okay.
All right, what's Homecoming? That was a.
Homecoming.
is when the high school football team has been
no, but
on
you have a
all
big
away
ol-
games,
you have a
and
big
then they
ol'
come back and you
dance.
have a dance and you vote for homecoming king or queen. I ran for homecoming queen, but I did not win. So let's not
Wow,
talk about that
Dedeker.
memory. Let's read the
I
Bible.
can't believe
Painful
that.
memories.
Dedeker, I would
Wait, which
never
part
have been
can't
as
you believe?
that she even ran.
Yeah, exactly.
Neither do I. Trust
I mean,
me.
only because like I would have never run for such a thing. Are you kidding? No way.
I can't explain it. We'll talk about it some other time. Let's read the Bible.
All right.
All right, Deuteronomy 19. When Yahweh your God shall cut off the nations whose land Yahweh your God gives you, and you succeed them and dwell in their cities and in their houses and wear their clothes. Wait, sorry, that last part I made up. And in their houses, you shall set apart 3 cities for you in the midst of your land, which Yahweh your God gives you to possess it. You shall prepare you the way.
Word son.
You shall prepare you the way, your wayward son. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Now I get it. I was thinking prepare ye the way of the Lord, which is a different thing.
Is that a song?
Yes. Well, no, it's just a thing you say. Is it a song? Dedeker is shaking her head at me. Okay. You shall prepare you the way, my wayward son, and divide the borders of your land, which Yahweh your God causes you to inherit, into 3 parts, that every manslayer may flee there. Right.
Like
Back on the manslayer.
a person who slays men?
Yeah, Jaime Lannister.
Oh yeah,
Kingslayer.
he's a kingslayer, but this person is just like a manslayer, like a lowly man.
Yeah, they killed someone.
Yeah, big
And
deal.
that they can flee there.
Oh yeah.
We talked about this before, but it's like asylum cities where you can flee to if you've killed someone. I guess the idea being that like maybe you killed them in self-defense and then their family wants
Well,
to
what
kill
if you didn't? What if you just killed them? Yeah, okay, so these people can go to asylum cities, but if you like look up at the stars and you're like, "Wow, I love that star," like I'm
Kill 'em.
gonna like say something really profound about it and maybe wish upon it, and then
No.
you're dead.
No.
You can't flee for an asylum.
Jiminy Cricket, we're gonna crush you up. We're gonna eat you. No, we can't eat you. You're unclean, but gonna kill
You
you.
can't eat crickets?
I'm pretty sure those were.
No.
unclean.
They're creepy,
Pretty sure that
crawly,
counts as like a
fly,
winged
wily.
creeping thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
crickets
right.
would be a winged creeping thing. I don't
Yeah.
think you can eat them.
This is the case of the manslayer that shall flee there and live. Whoever kills his neighbor unawares, right?
Oh, okay.
And didn't hate him in time past.
Um.
And when a man goes into the forest with his neighbor to hew wood.
Oh wow. Wait.
Sorry.
What was that? Why was that funny, Dedeker?
No, hold on. Let me keep reading. As when a man goes into the forest with his neighbor to hew wood, and his hand fetches a stroke with
Okay,
the
that's
axe
funny.
to cut down the tree.
Damn it, Jace.
And the head slips from the
Okay,
handle
that's not okay.
and lights on his neighbor
Whoa.
so that he dies. Yeah, lost me at the end there. Unless they mean like the little death, like the petite mort kind of a
like the French
situation.
call it.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's what they mean.
That's probably not what they're talking about. They're talking about when you're bumbling along
The big death.
and the axe head flies off and kills your neighbor.
Like,
and it's,
yeah.
Oh, we're literally talking about axes.
Yep.
Like-
I was in a different place with that.
You were.
Yeah, I mean, stroking and head slipping and whoops, you're pregnant. I don't know. Yeah. Sorry. I
Head
don't-
slipped off my axe and you're pregnant. Also dead.
Okay, go.
Okay, so
Yes.
he shall flee to one of these cities and live, lest the Avenger of Blood, Jeremy,
Jeremy Renner is back.
Oh, Jeremy Renner. Yeah. What a sweet
what a
boy.
guy, yeah. Lest the Avenger of Blood pursue the manslayer while his heart is hot, and overtake him.
This is definitely a euphemism for
Yeah.
something, okay?
Because the way is long.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And strike him mortally.
Oh, my.
Whereas he was not worthy of death, inasmuch as he didn't hate him in time past.
Wait, is that a one word, inasmuch? Inasmuch. Is that a real word? No.
I think, yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? The Bible says it is. so
Oh, okay. I
it
think the
is.
meaning of this sentence is he's like, okay, if this happens, you have this accident in the woods, and you didn't hate your neighbor, you can run away to these cities, and you better run away because Jeremy Renner
Is
may
coming
not.
for ya.
He's not going to calm down his hot heart. He's
Wouldn't
going to
it be-
overtake you.
His heart is
and
going to
he
be
will kill
hot
you.
and long.
He will kill you,
He will
even
kill you.
if you don't actually deserve to die. So you better get there toot sweet.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be weird if Jeremy Renner were like back in the past and like he's just like a time traveler? He's like the
He's still
time
Hawkeye?
traveler's wife, but not the time traveler's wife. He's the time traveler in the time traveler's wife, and he just like goes through time.
Is he still Hawkeye, though? He's also
yeah,
Hawkeye.
yeah. I mean,
Okay,
he's not Jeremy Renner. He's Hawkeye.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
he traveling through time enacting vengeance?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Avenging
on
people.
Manslayers.
Have you seen the other Avenger movie that
No,
No spoilers.
but
I'm not going to say anything, but he has reason to avenge. He has much reason to
sure,
avenge.
great. But this whole idea, we got to get a pitch package together. This whole idea of Jeremy Renner being the time traveler of the time traveler's wife fame, traveling around.
But he's also Hawkeye at the
Who's
same
not
time.
Eric Bana, who was once a Hulk as well.
Right.
Wasn't
different-
Eric Bana a Hulk? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, he was. He was.
Anyway, going around
Bruce Banner?
avenging people in the past.
Eric Bana,
Eric Bana plays Bruce
Banner.
Okay, that's confusing. Oh, this is going good.
Dedeker in Singapore is very angry at us.
She's so mad at us right now.
Okay, go.
Therefore, I command you, saying, you shall set apart 3 cities for you.
Oh.
If Yahweh your God enlarge your border as he has sworn to your fathers, and give you all the land which he promised to give your fathers, if you shall keep all this commandment to do it, which I command you this day, to love Yahweh your God and walk ever in his ways, then shall you add 3 cities more for you besides these 3. Oh, okay. So another
6.
3 now. That innocent blood not be shed in the midst of your land, which Yahweh your God gives you for an inheritance, and so blood be on you. What?
I
Is
don't know.
this another 3? Maybe he's like, if you're good, you'll make another 3. You
Okay.
make the 3 for sure, but if you want to be extra good, do
Make
another 3.
6.
Okay.
Okay.
But if any man hate his neighbor and lie in wait for him,
Whoa.
and rise up against him and strike him mortally so that he dies, and he flee into one of these cities, then the elders of his city shall send and bring him there and deliver him into the hand of
Jeremy Renner.
of the Avenger of Blood, that he may die in time.
Yikes.
Your eye shall not pity him, but you shall put away the innocent blood from Israel, that it may go well with you.
I just love like the image of like one eye pitying. Like that eye just like looks over and is really sad at the person. The rest of the body and the rest of the face is like
totally
over
stoic,
here and doesn't
yeah.
care. But the one eye.
You shall not remove your neighbor's landmark, which they of old time have set, in your inheritance, which you shall inherit in the land of Yahweh your God gives you to, in the land
Can we look up
your
what? Okay, just stop. What does the message say?
Okay.
About this?
Because
This is
I've
14?
got some questions about the landmark of old time.
Yeah,
and
this is
so on and so
19
forth.
1914
Yep.
here.
Tale as old as time.
The landmark is old as time.
Thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's mark, which they of old time have set in
She
thine.
asked for
No,
the
I did not
message,
ask
not
for
the
Tyndale.
Tyndall.
Okay. Message Bible's like, don't move your neighbor's boundary markers, the long-standing landmarks
Oh.
set up by your pioneer ancestors defining their property.
Wow.
Oh, your pioneer ancestors.
We're in
Oh.
like freaking Oregon here.
Exactly. when your
You got some mob caps on.
yeah, when your ancestors came along in their covered wagons and lined out their property, just because their great grandson kills someone doesn't mean you can take their property. It's still in their family.
Okay.
Okay. All right. One witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity or for any sin in any sin that he sins at the mouth of two witnesses. Just, any sin, just kind of a et cetera, et cetera. At the mouth of two witnesses or at the mouth of three witnesses shall a matter be established. Like, we're not even going to entertain this thought if it's just one. If an unrighteous witness rise up against any man to testify against him of wrongdoing, then both the men between whom the controversy is shall stand before Yahweh, before the priests and the judges, who shall be in those days, and the judges shall make diligent inquisition. And behold, didn't we used to drink when we read behold?
Behold.
We did.
Gosh, yeah, it's been a while. I'll drink to that. Behold, it's
Yeah.
been quite a while.
And behold, if the witness is a false witness and has testified falsely against his brother, then shall you do to him as he had thought to do to his brother. So you shall put away the evil from the midst of you.
Meaning kill him?
I think kill him.
Kill
yeah.
him.
Stone him. Burn
Jeremy Renner him.
Those who remain shall hear and fear.
Hear and fear.
Drunk Bible study. And shall henceforth commit no more any such evil in the midst of you. Your eyes shall not pity, both of them this time.
Yeah.
Shall not pity. Life shall go for life, eye for eye,
Oh.
tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot.
Wait, did we do this before?
we
we
didn't
did.
do all the body parts, but we did do some of them.
Eye for an
before.
eye, right?
And
Yeah, we
tooth-
did eye
tooth
for an
for a
eye and
tooth?
tooth for a tooth.
But now it's back.
and hands
The
and feet.
revival. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth,
This
hand
is-
for a hand, foot for a foot revival.
Yeah, this is like the head, shoulders, knees, and toes of this verse.
The Bible?
The eye, tooth and hand and foot, hand and foot.
All right, here we are. Deuteronomy 20. When you go forth to battle against your enemies and see horses and chariots and people more than you shall not be afraid of them. I feel like we've started out a chapter much like this before.
Several, I think.
Yeah, okay. For Yahweh your God is with you, who brought you up out of the land of Egypt. It shall be when you draw near to the battle that the priest shall approach and speak to the people and tell them, Hear, Israel, you draw near this day to battle against your enemies. Don't let your heart faint. Don't be afraid nor tremble, neither be scared of them. For Yahweh your God is he who goes with you to fight you against your enemies, to
fight
save
for
you,
you.
to fight for you against your enemies, to save you. The officers shall speak to the people.
Dear.
And now it starts.
I'm so sorry. The officers shall
Well,
speak.
it's that no, just that very. It's just such an archetype to be slurring the word officer.
Officers.
It's okay. Clearly, you've indicated you're not ready to drive home yet after this.
No, I'm
so-
definitely gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna chill with some water for a while. The officers shall. It's an officer shall speak. Okay,
Officers shall.
shall speak to the people, saying, "What man is there who has built a new house and has not dedicated it? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man dedicate it." I don't know.
No, I love
I
this.
don't know.
I love this. Okay.
All
no,
three of us were like, cool.
let me paint the picture for you here, right? We're about to go into battle, and their forces look big, and they've got chariots and horses and cool stuff. And
They're
we're
freaking
like,
Ben-Hur up in here.
right? And we're freaking out. But the priest is going to go up to all the soldier boys and is going to be like, no, don't be afraid.
What is it? You. That's a you. Okay.
Emily, this is like 2012.
Yeah.
Well,
Come on, Emily.
Well, I lived in this. No, it was earlier than that. Yeah, it was earlier than that. Okay.
Right, but he's like, you shall not fear them. And don't let your heart faint and
There you
whatever. But then the officer right after that comes out and he's like, hey, also though, quick note, if anyone hasn't like dedicated your house, you better do that now, because if you die, you don't want someone else to do that. Like, it kind of undermines that first message
keeps-
of like, don't
This
be-
officer
It's like,
keeps
but you
going.
might die.
Oh, it keeps
Let's
going,
be
you're right.
pragmatic about this. Oh,
Okay, we're still the officer here. Did you think this next part?
yeah, where is it? Where is it? Oh,
6.
6. What man is there who has planted a vineyard and has not used the fruit of it? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man use the fruit of it. What man is there who is pledged to be married a wife, and has not taken her? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in the battle and another man take her.
Is he saying, like, go take care of that real quick and then come back and fight? Or is it like, these are your get out of fighting cards?
I'm reading it as these are your get out of fighting cards.
Wait,
which it
can you
seems like
message
between
it?
those 3 questions, it seems like everyone could be like, well, that's me,
all
gotta
of
go.
us. Bye-bye.
Oh, right. I did just plant a little fig tree in my yard. And
Yeah, I did forget to do my wife properly.
I mean, I got married like a year ago, but like it's
The marriage could technically still be annulled. Let's get at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta.
What verse should I look up to try to find this out? Like 5?
6 and 7.
Start with 5. 5,
Five,
6, 7.
Okay, message says, then let the officer step up and speak to the troops. Is there a man here who's built a house and hasn't dedicated? Let him go home right now, lest he die in battle and another man dedicate it. It doesn't clarify. Is there a man here engaged to marry who hasn't yet taken his wife? No. I let him go home right now, lest he die in battle and another man take her. Well,
I mean, we all know what take means.
I think we do.
The officers shall speak further to the people, and they shall say, what man is there who is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return to his house, lest his brother's heart melt as his heart.
Oh, I see. If you're going to wuss out, just go home now.
And get
we
your
don't
brother.
need you to do that. No, like, don't do it during the battle so your brother in arms also freaks
Doesn't
out.
also
'cause
do
you're
it.
freaking out.
Again, is this not everyone?
I know. Seems like you can
Well,
just...
okay, but that last question, though, seems like that's a little bit of a testing your masculinity.
right.
When you pose the question of like, who here's a freaking wuss? Go home now. That there's probably very few people who are
Who are
gonna be like, well, that's me. Here I go, because they're never gonna live that down.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Yet another one of the many reasons why I think letting go of that tight grasp on masculinity can be really helpful. Where
Right.
it's like,
It can
yeah,
save your life.
You're like, yep.
I'm probably gonna freak out,
That's
to
me.
be honest. Like, that's me. I'm gonna go.
And you know what? None of you want to see that. I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
I don't do well in crowds, and I don't do well when I see blood.
There you go.
So
This is gonna be a bad scene for
yeah,
me.
all of this together. It's going to be awful.
I'm gonna go. See you later.
I will, though, take all your untaken wives if any of you should die.
Yeah, so you
Yeah,
should
and your
probably go
land. Am I right? It shall be, when the officers have made an end of speaking to the people, that they shall appoint captains of hosts at the head of the people. When you draw near to a city to fight against it, then proclaim peace to it. It shall be, if it make you answer of peace and open to you, then it shall be that all the people who are found therein shall become tributary to you, and shall serve you.
Okay, so they become your slaves.
Okay.
Cool.
If it will make no peace with you, but will make war against you, then you shall besiege it. And when Yahweh your God delivers it into your hand, you shall strike every male of it with the edge of the sword. But the women and the little ones and the cattle and all that is in the city, even all the spoil of it, shall you take for a prey to yourself. And you shall eat the spoil of your enemies, which Yahweh your God has given you.
I can't tell if I'm more creeped out by what Emily just said, or if I'm more relieved that Moses is like, hey, remember before
When we killed
when
everybody.
we killed all the women and children? That wasn't
That's-
cool. Let's
yeah.
not do that again.
But they will be yours.
yeah, but like take them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know which is worse.
Thus shall you do to all the cities which are very far off from you, which are not of the cities of these nations, but of the cities of these peoples that Yahweh your God gives you for an inheritance. You shall save alive nothing that breathes, but you shall utterly destroy them, the Hittite and the Amorite, the Canaanite and the Perizzite, the Hivite and the Jebusite, as Yahweh your God has commanded you, that they not teach you to do after all their abominations, which they have done to their gods, so would you sin against Yahweh your God. What does that mean?
I think I spoke too soon. I think he's saying, except for these people, those you kill everyone.
Whoa.
I think that's what we're going for here. So yeah, I spoke too soon. No,
Yeah.
it's still shitty. Still
Yeah.
awful. Okay.
When you shall besiege a city a long time, in making war against to take it, You shall not destroy the trees of it by wielding an axe against them, for you may eat of them, and you shall not cut them down. For is the tree of the field man, that it should be besieged of you? I don't know, is it?
Yeah, this is like really standing up for trees. It's like the Lorax
Yeah,
comes along
surprising.
and it's like, hey, but let's be cool to the environment, guys.
I mean, I'm
You're like,
fine with
hey,
that.
There's one
I'm happy
Israelite
about that.
soldier who's just like going nuts, like
Yeah, it's
hacking
like, you
away
know
with
what?
his sword.
Do you want to do that? I don't know. God doesn't think you should. Only the trees of which you know that are not trees for food you shall destroy and cut them down.
Like,
And
yeah, okay.
and you shall build bulwarks against the city that makes war with you until it fall.
Does anyone know what a bulwark is? I'm
I
gonna
can
look it up.
guess, like some kind of siege engine, siege towers.
When I
That's
look it
maybe a
up-
little bit ambitious.
Yeah. When I look it up, it is a defensive wall, which is what I thought
Yeah.
it was. But I'm like, how do you, it seems like they're doing this against a city they're sieging rather than in defense against someone.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
It's a little weird. Because I know it from that song. A mighty bulwark is our
Is
God.
our God.
Also, a mighty fortress is our God is how it is not nowadays, but it was.
Oh, was it? No, I thought it was a mighty fortress is our God, a bulwark never changing.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right.
They hit
Yep.
them both.
Yeah, you're right.
E-I-E-I-O.
Emily's ending to every Christian song ever.
Because they all sound
Well-
like that.
What did we learn today?
That God will kill you, but if you kill someone, you can run away from it. But if Jeremy Renner gets you, too bad. And he is a time-traveling time traveler.
Who may have a wife about whom a story was written. Yeah.
Cool.
No, I think that summed it up pretty
Also,
well.
apparently before every battle, maybe you get a chance to wuss out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take it.
Interesting.
My recommendation to all of you Israelites in the army is just take it.
Yeah, I
Just
mean, do
take
you
the
want to die?
opportunity.
I don't think so.
Take whichever one you can get, and if you can't get any of
Well, but
the
he's
better ones,
also-
just pick that. I'm gonna freak out one. Just
Yeah.
do it.
But he's also giving them all this propaganda of like, don't be afraid, you're going to beat him.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But if you don't,
But just don't, like, during your time off though, do not worship any moons or stars or suns or other gods, because that's gonna go
So
real bad.
we're coming up on the end of Deuteronomy here. What else do you think we're going to go over?
any more about marriage or nah? I guess the ladies don't really matter.
This is the thing, though.
Uh-huh.
I'm just taking a quick skim. I think we're going to talk about some virginity rules.
Oh, dear. Okay.
No, I'm gonna get mad.
Mhm.
I have.
Mhm.
I'm hoping it will let me know if I'm a virgin or not. 'Cause I've been wondering.
That is a difficult question to grapple with sometimes.
It really is.
I'm pretty sure none of us are.
Hmm.
Not a one.
Well, I hope Yahweh says something along the lines of like, and definitely prefer people who aren't virgins because they know what they're doing. I feel like that.
Pretty sure that's not gonna happen either.
All right. Well,
Mm.
I guess I'll have to tune back in to find out what happens.
Yes. So we wanted to remind you all, if you wanted to come onto Facebook and join the Drunk Bible Study Fans and Fellowship, that would be so awesome because we would love to have you. We've been having some awesome discussions in there. It's been very fun.
Sharing gifs and gifs. and
Yes, GIFs and
memes.
GIFs and more, and just like fun discussions about various things. It's lovely. And also, if you want to toast on the show, sign up to become one of our parishioners at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. Thank you for joining us for Drunk Bible Study today. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including ad-free episodes, early releases, personal toasts on the show, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and then write us a nice review on iTunes or Stitcher, letting other people know what you like about it. Find us on Twitter at Drunk Bible Cast, on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email to info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Dedeker Winston, Jace Lindgren, and me, Emily Matlack. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album Home of the. The theme song for the book of Deuteronomy is Truth and the Stones by Kevin MacLeod. For more information, visit us at drunkbiblestudy.com.
God, just barely got that one out there.